Hello everyone, welcome to Best Recipes with Sharon. I'm excited to bring this recipe to you today because it's a really delicious one that I really quite enjoy, so I'm happy to share chicken parm meatballs. This tastes quite a bit like chicken parmesan. It's a little easier to make perhaps, but still has all the flavor. And if you haven't purchased my recipe books, you might want to do that. They're available on Amazon, and I have provided a quick link in the description below this video. This recipe today for chicken parm meatballs pairs really well with the video that I did previously for fresh arugula salad. So don't forget to check that out. And of course, it's always good to get all your ingredients together before starting your recipe. Okay, so let's get right to making this recipe. We'll start with extra lean ground chicken, and we'll need 1 pound of that. And we'll place that in a large mixing bowl so that we have lots of room to mix in the other ingredients. Okay, so start by cracking open a large egg and adding that to your meat. Now give that a good stir until the egg is well mixed in. The egg will help it hold together and add a little bit of extra flavor. Now then we'll add half a cup of plain breadcrumbs. This too will help your meatballs hold together and give it a little substance. Now I love cilantro, so that's what I'm using in my meatballs today. And I'm going to put 2 teaspoons of dried cilantro. Alternatively, if you have fresh cilantro, you can chop it fine. But you'll need about 2 tablespoons if you're using fresh cilantro. And give that a mix until it's all incorporated and it starts to cling together. Now, to really accentuate the flavor in this dish, we need about 4 cloves of garlic. And I'm using fresh garlic here, so we'll peel and chop it until it's nice and fine. And then once it's finely chopped, we'll divide it in half and use half of it in the meatball mixture and the other half in the sauce. And I like to mix it after each ingredient or two so that it gets incorporated better than it would if you just added everything at once. And now for some really good flavor that we want to shine through in these meatballs, we'll add some parmesan. And so add about 1/4 cup of finely shredded parmesan. You don't need an awful lot of this cheese because it doesn't take much for it to accentuate a dish, and you don't want it to be overpowering. And of course, we'll need a little bit of black pepper. So I'd say add about 1/2 teaspoon of that. And also 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt. If you don't have that, table salt will work too. Okay, so now you're going to give it one final mix and make sure that it's mixed in really well because now you're going to start forming your meatballs. And now you're going to need about 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. We'll need to place the extra virgin olive oil into a large frying pan and turn the heat on medium-high. And as the oil is heating up, go ahead and make your meatballs. Form them into little balls that are about 1 tablespoon each. I used my silicone tablespoon because it won't break and it's flexible, so that worked quite nicely. I just greased it with a little extra virgin olive oil so that the meatballs won't stick to it, and used it to help form the balls, and that worked quite nicely and quite quickly. We're just trying to kind of sear these meatballs and get them to brown up a little bit. So you'll need to watch them closely and turn them over so that they brown on all sides as much as you can. And it'll only take between 5 and 8 minutes probably, because we just want them to start to brown up. We will be placing this in a sauce and into the oven to finish cooking. I did put a lid on for a little bit just to kind of get it to heat through, but you got to be really careful because you have to watch them so closely, so only for a few seconds. I'm transferring them to my cast iron skillet. And then I used the same frying pan that they just came out of to go ahead and make the sauce. Now for that, you'll need to start with 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Turn it on over medium heat, and once the oil is hot, add the rest of your garlic. Continue stirring until the garlic becomes fragrant and just slightly starting to brown. Now add a 796 ml can of crushed tomatoes, or maybe your cans are measured in ounces, so that would probably be a 28-ounce can, close enough. A little bit of smoked paprika, and I'm going to put in probably about 3/4 of a teaspoon, and then some cayenne pepper. I like to add just enough to add a little bit of warmth. I don't want it to be hot. I don't think Parmesan's really meant to be a spicy dish, but if you want it to be a little bit hotter than that, you would have to add a little bit more, and so that would be up to you to decide. Now then, pour your sauce over your meatballs. Stir it to make sure that all the meatballs are evenly coated. Now simply place 2 cups of freshly grated mozzarella cheese over the top. And then I take a spoon and kind of spread it out evenly. And I know that the cheese is going to melt once it's in the oven, but it still helps to spread it out evenly to start with. Now this is going in a preheated 400-degree oven. Place it on the middle rack and set the timer for 10 minutes. Okay, so it won't take very long, but I gathered some fresh greens while I was waiting for that cheese to melt. After about 10 minutes, the cheese does melt, but I like it to be lightly browned on top. So this isn't good enough for me. I like to take the rack and put it up higher and turn the oven off and reset it to broil. Place your pan of meatballs back in the oven on that top rack for about 5 minutes, or until it's lightly golden. The internal temperature of your meatball should be about 165 degrees. How about we take a little time for a taste test? So we'll go ahead and cut this open and see how it looks inside. Looking pretty good, well cooked, nice white meat. Oh my goodness, this is so good. Now if you have any left over or you want to make it up ahead, you can freeze this, and it freezes quite well. Leftovers taste great, and it's a great idea to take on your lunch. I hope you take the time to make this and enjoy it as much as I do. And it's taste test approved. This recipe makes enough for 4 servings for about 4 or 5 meatballs each. Okay, so go make some, and until next time, happy eating.